Hi, I'm Esmond Goei, the founder of Power Hero. Over the past 2 decades, I've led and scaled companies in the tech and clean energy sectors, always with a focus on solving real-world problems with smart, scalable solutions. At Power Hero, we're tackling one of the biggest barriers to EV adoption, and that is charging access for the millions of people who live in apartments and underpowered houses. Today, I'd like to share how we're changing the EV charging landscape with innovative solutions that's flexible, inclusive, and built for the real world. Because first, recognize that EV charging isn't equal. Most EV infrastructure today favors single-family homes with private garages, adjacent driveways. But what about the 117 million Americans who live in multifamily apartment buildings, like I do? That's actually how I got into this, because I couldn't find charging for myself living in an apartment building. Also, recognize that over 70% of apartment buildings in America are over 20 years old. They were certainly not built with EV charging in mind. I don't think people were talking about EVs in those days. So, for most apartment residents, on premise where you live, EV charging is usually not available. And if it is, most likely you have to share these charges. That makes EV ownership very inconvenient, as I found, because most people like to charge around the same time band when they get home. So that means queuing up for your turn, And if you're like me, I hate waiting for anything, even my table at the dinner reservation. That's the problem we set out to solve. How do you make EV charging accessible and convenient for everyone, regardless of where they live, whether it's an apartment building or in a landed home with your own garage? One of our solutions is the Power Pack, which enables EV charging using existing infrastructure. Keep that in mind. No retrofits. Use what's there. The Power Pack is a transportable, high-speed charger that works with standard home outlets. You heard that right. Standard 110-volt home outlets. So that means you don't have to install a 240-volt line. No infrastructure upgrading. No costly installations. No waiting for permission from your HOA or building manager. It's safe, smart, and designed to give apartment residents the same convenience of home charging that house owners enjoy. Actually, even house owners could benefit from the Power Pack, because many old houses also lack sufficient power and circuits for EV charging, because they were also built over 20 years ago. You just plug in the Power Pack into your 110-volt home outlet, and it starts storing power in the Power Pack while you're at work or wherever you go. And later, when you get home, just wheel the Power Pack to where you park, and then fast charge your EV from the Power Pack. That's right, fast charge at 240 volts. Even though the Power Pack only requires an ordinary 110-volt outlet to bank power while you are away. Next is our Cameo. I'm really excited about this product. The Cameo creates an Airbnb-like network, which would give access to millions of private home EV chargers that are already installed. The Cameo is a patented adapter that transforms existing level 2 home chargers into a connected reservable charger, just like an Airbnb when you want to rent a bedroom. That means anyone with a dumb, unconnected EV charger can list them on our cloud network for rent. It's a win-win. EV drivers get more charging options wherever they drive or live, and owners turn their underused chargers into income-generating assets. And who wouldn't want to make extra money? Our strategy is to place our Cameos in homes that are within 1 to 2 blocks of apartment buildings, so that the tenants in these apartment buildings have that convenience of charging in their neighborhood overnight, because they can just leave their EV and walk home from there. That's essentially creating a peer-to-peer charging marketplace that scales without building more infrastructure. Just think of the savings. If the government saves money, we get to keep more. Lastly, what if your EV runs out of juice? Or petrol, or gasoline, whatever you want to call it. For that, we develop M-Power, the letter M, power, a mobile charging solution that's perfect for roadside assistance, and even crowd events like fairs where you can set up pop-up charging zones. That's like a AAA. And AAA has 48 million members. So just think about that as a potential for Power Hero. So bottom line, we make EV charging conveniently available no matter where you live or drive to. At Power Hero, our mission is simple. We want to leverage existing electrical infrastructure so that we reduce or eliminate costly capital outlays for EV charging. And let me tell you this, apartment building owners don't like to spend money when they've already paid off the cost of the building. So that makes it convenient and accessible to everyone. No matter where you live or drive, we're building the EV charging solutions to power your journey. Thanks for your time. Please join us to create a more connected, cleaner future.